in the early stages of your thought processes, would we then have, if a couple wanted to play golf, would we then have a membership for couples golf irrelevant to where one lives? Inside the gates, outside the gates? Meaning, we have just one couple golf membership regardless.
Both the people we've talked to have, as the board has said, that's our goal, is to make those equal.
I understand.
The people that we've talked to have the same goal.
Thank you. And the last clarification, were this to all occur, and again, someone comes in like concert, has there been any thought given yet as to what would occur for people who are, in our view, still required to be members of our club and who might then want to rejoin a new country club?
That is a good question, Andy, and one that we all have a vested interest in, and we don't know yet, but I know what side I'm leaning on.
And I know what side I'm leaning on, but you're asking details that we're not down to.
I understand. Yeah. I'm putting seeds where maybe they didn't need to be planted.
Thank you. If I would say they'd be on a list.
Yes, Lois Tannenbaum, 5168 Fountains Drive South. Many of you have heard me get up here and try to get my voice to ask these questions. Last time we met, a statement was made publicly that you would be offering the step down to social membership. The question was asked, to whom would you be offering that?
Okay.
The answer was, let me finish. The answer was to anyone who wanted it. Then there was a clarification that came out after the public meeting and a private meeting I had that said only to members 10 years and only the top 25 of those members. So I have made it very clear to Sean, I moved here because of this club. I do love the club. I try my best to support the club. My disability does not just affect my voice. It affects my respiration. I cannot play golf. I cannot play tennis. I only wish I could. So I'm held hostage as far as I'm concerned, because when I purchased here, I was told by Kemper that I would be buying, and it's on my paperwork, a social-only membership. That never happened. So what I'm leading to my question is, if we go with the Plan C and there's no mandatory membership and no in perpetuity, which was also brought up here, what happens? Can you explain to me how someone like me benefits?
The answer is, since the deal's not in place, I'm not going to talk out of practice, because I don't. But I believe there'll be a social membership on the new ownerships. The answer is the board. I'm sorry for your confusion, but it was a board decision, and we're still not finished the bylaw yet, which hopefully will come out, not this meeting because it's not done yet, but the next meeting. The basic premise of the membership, the reason we had to hold it to 25 is only because we had to write a budget. We had to be able to know how many people would be stepping down and what we had to put in the budget. And the membership will be a social membership that will have a half a vote and roughly half an assessment with that also, to make the membership more affordable. If we eliminate mandatory membership, first of all, I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year. It's something they got to phase out, because here again, we got a POA. Mandatory membership is part of the POA. Yes. It's just nothing that I can guarantee right now, but I can tell you most probably.
Okay.
That's the best answer I can give you.
Thank you.
Susan K., Parisian Way. I have two very short questions. The first one, Susan K., Parisian Way. I have two very short questions. The first, when you said that all the dues are going up 10%, does that mean all the outside members are going up 10%?
No, they with different percentages, but Sean?
So the outside memberships, they were not being charged a clubhouse fee. They actually had free gratuity, so they're now paying 20% gratuity. They had another, I think we added about $100 capital. Their dues had to go out before our budget was even due, so it didn't go up. They got taxed other ways.
The answer is they got increases, but also, just so you understand, we need the outside, excuse me again, we need the outside members, and it's a competitive world out there. And we remain competitive, but we did add charges to their dues, yes.
I find that to be extremely unfair. We've been picking up their slack for a long time.
Well, the goal is by the companies we're talking to, that over a 3 to 5 year period, can't tell you when exactly it's going to happen, to bring the dues together.
But that's if we go with the outside
And
company.
if we don't, it's our goal too.
Okay. Second question.
Because if we get, see, I understand, as Paul said, I'm just bringing this up as a plan C. If we go ahead with the GL and we like that deal and we're willing to pay these dues we have right now to get through this year, and we get the capital we need to make this a much better place, and we have more money behind us, and we have another developer that's looking at developing another piece for our land, you know what? That's another way of looking at it, and then we can work on the parity of the memberships. We think that's important. But right now, we need the premier members to pay our bills, just like we need Can-Am.
Okay, the other question has to do with members who came after the year 2003 who want to step down. So are you going to allow any of those people to step down, or are you going to allow any of those people to step into that social membership where they don't have a full vote?
Well, the bottom line, the bylaw is not finished yet, but the bylaw does say 10 years minimum at this point. So the answer, but here again, that's if we remain what we're doing. If we go with the other plans, that goes out the window, and it's a different ballgame. But right now, yes, the bylaw that the board has passed says 10 years minimum. Step down.
No, but if you came after 2003...
Yes, but 10 years minimum. So right now, 10
But that's for that social membership.
Yes.
What if they want to just step down from golf to tennis or
Well, golf members can't step down right now because we have to have a minimum of 350 members to step down.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, another question.
Quiet again, please. We're almost done, I think.
Okay, GL Homes. I think that sounds like a good deal if it comes through. But my question is, since we need $600,000 for the new lake, pool, whatever you want to call it, could we not borrow the money from them? No, seriously. I mean, just...
That is a question that has been asked and asked and asked, and we plan to address it the next time we sit down and talk to GL. Generally, they're not in the banking business. I understand that, but if this is a good deal for them, maybe we can talk them into that. So that will come up. I don't know what their answer will be. I do know that we'll try to work out some compromise, obviously, because it would help not only ourselves if we stand alone or ourselves if we go with somebody else. So we're still working on doing that.
We're formally reapplying for the $600,000 from the bank. The paperwork is finished today. Went to our lawyer to look at this week. They asked for us to reapply.
Yes, my name is Richard Ward.
You can all wait a few minutes to leave. There's no traffic, I can guarantee you.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard Ward. I live at 5479 Fountains Drive South. I'm a full-time resident, equity, social member, in good standing, I may add. I have a couple of questions that I would like to ask. The first, you had indicated that the attorneys had looked at the borrowing of the capital reserve fund or the transfer into operating and said that based on Florida's
nonprofit laws.
Yeah, which is Florida Statute 36, Chapter 617, corporation is not for profit. Did you get an opinion letter from the attorneys, a written opinion letter stating that it was okay in order for you to transfer the money out of that capital reserve fund to operating?
We never got a letter, but it was a phone call.
Okay, well, I think you have an issue there. How much of the $1 million that was in there has been transferred to operating?
All of it.
So the full $1 million.
But we are going to be repaying it, though.
Next question. I understand that there was a suspension of principal payments for a period of time on the loan. So we were still paying the $187, yet the principal wasn't being paid. We were still being charged $187 every month. What happened to the principal payment as that portion? Because I only understand that interest was paid during that period of time.
The answer is we only got waived in November, so it's just been 1 month.
Okay, well, what's going to happen
And
with
the bottom line is what we calculated is we were not paying our fair share. We were charging.
That's not the question I'm asking. The question I'm asking
Question's in the
is
treasury.
what happened with the difference?
It's in our operations budget.
So again, so that not only the $1 million, but now you're taking the additional money.
Well, the
is
loan
going
is
into
just, the payment just suspended. We still got to pay the principal.
No, you were paying interest and suspended principal. That's what I understood.
It's not forgiven.
I understand that. So we were making a $187 payment. Part of that is principal, part of that is interest. You were paying interest.
I
What
understand, but
happened to the principal?
What we explained earlier, Richard, is that the math was wrong this year, and we were paying.
Has nothing to do with whether it was right or wrong. What's happening with
I
the
said to you
difference?
earlier, it's in the operational budget right now.
So what I'm saying is, you not only did you take the $1 million, but you also now, for the period of time that your payment, full payment of principal has been deferred, you're also now taking that and putting it into the operating. That's all I want to get clear.
It's clear.
Okay, so in addition, that's what's
But the
happening.
money has to be repaid.
I didn't ask that question, and
I
I
answered
understand
it.
that it has
Okay.
to be repaid.
Thank you.
That's not the issue. But thank you very much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Stuart Levy, 6792 Parisian Way. Obviously, Sean and the board has done a lot of work, and they should be commended.
Oh,
Obviously-
they didn't hear you. Can you say that again?
Obviously, Sean and the board has done a lot of work, and they should be commended. This is a huge undertaking. And I didn't see a line for salary.